grade, I read a book about Helen Keller, and I immediately knew what I was going to do when I grew up. I never wavered from that. I knew that I was going to teach the visually impaired and that I was going to make a difference and help unlock their potential. In 1997, I graduated from Michigan State with my master's degree, achieving a 4.0 grade point average. Fresh out of graduate school, I was offered my dream job of providing rehab services through a hospital in Baltimore to recently blinded adults. Every day, I was making a difference and helping somebody meet their new potential. With the exception of lacking a boyfriend, my life was absolutely perfect. And then on March 12, 1997, everything changed. I was at a conference and a computer fell on my foot. Ultimately, it led to my amputation. After my amputation, I was fit with a standard prosthesis, and I assumed that my life would resume as normal. What I didn't know was that everything was going to be so hard. From simply walking up the stairs to trying to keep up with my students, I struggled. I was devastated when I found out that I lost my private insurance as an orientation mobility instructor because I was no longer deemed safe to keep up with my blind students. My livelihood and my dreams vanished in that instant. As most American women do, when I felt despair, I turned to Snickers bars. And I gained 100 pounds in the years following my amputation. So here I was, obese, pre-diabetic, and depressed. I assumed that this was normal because I was an amputee and I was missing a limb. I didn't know any better. Thankfully, I had a prosthetist who knew better. He was knowledgeable and he had the experience to recognize my potential. He recognized that my walking was laborious and that the prosthetic was not the right device for me. Because he is a highly trained professional, he knew that my prosthetic foot was limiting me when I did not. He asked me to trial a new foot, a microprocessor ankle system. In that moment, my prosthetist changed my life and unlocked my potential. I began walking with ease and my confidence soared. I lost 100 pounds, resumed my dream job, and started my family. In other words, I got my life back. I've been able to achieve more on one leg than I ever thought possible when I had two. The decision to disregard the potential in prosthetic fittings will lead to further disabling in the amputee community. Because my potential was recognized and accounted for through my prosthetic, I was able to return to work and realize my dreams. I urge this committee to continue to recognize the prosthetic potential of those living with limb loss. We may be missing legs, but we have a lot to offer the world. Please don't limit our potential. I would like to offer my services. I live locally to serve on an advisory board should this committee decide to rescind the proposal and develop one that makes fiscal sense without disabling the amputee community. Thank you.